Welcome back, artists. This week we're doing a winter bird collage. So I was inspired by artist Charley Harper's birds. So I'm going to be showing you how to draw these birds in a very stylized way. Feel free to make more realistic birds if you want. So what I needed for this project was I used a big piece of blue construction paper. I used white paper, and to make the birch trees, I used black tempera paint and a piece of cardboard to smear it. And then I just drew the birds with oil pastel and then cut them out and glued them on, and used a Q-tip to make white dots all over for the snow. So you need liquid white paint for that. If you don't have all the supplies for this, feel free to just draw branches. You can also use brown construction paper and make regular brown trees, or if you have green paper, you could make evergreen fir trees for the background instead. So let's go ahead and get started on our winter bird collages. Okay, artists, for this week we're going to be making this Charley Harper inspired bird collage. So for this one, I used a colored construction paper for the background. So you're going to need a colored paper for the background, or you can paint it first. Next, I used white paper to make the snow horizon line. And then for these birch trees, I used white paper, and then I'll show you how to make the texture. But I took a black paint and a cardboard, and I kind of made smears, and I'll show you that later, and then we'll cut the trees out of this. If you want to just use brown construction paper, you can, or if you just want to use cut out green Christmas tree looking ones, you can do that too. And then I used regular white paper to draw the birds, and then last I used a Q-tip or the end of a paintbrush to make the white spots for the snow. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is make the texture for the trees. So if you're making texture for birch trees, go ahead and get your white paper and your black paint and a little piece of cardboard. We'll make the texture first and then allow that to dry while we're working on the rest of it. Okay, so here's my plain white paper. I have a little tray of paint. I have black paint, and then I just cut a little piece of cardboard off. So what I'm gonna do is dip my cardboard into the black paint, and I'm going to take my cardboard and just drag it. And you don't want it to be super full. We like that look of where it's running out of paint. So I'm gonna speed up and go all the way down and texture my paper. Okay, once you're done creating your texture, go ahead and set that aside to dry. And go ahead and grab your white drawing paper, and let's go ahead and draw our birds. So I'm gonna show you 3 different styles of birds, and I drew mine like cardinals, but you can color yours in whatever color you want. So I already sketched mine out in pencil. I'm gonna go over the top of them with my Sharpie now so that you can see. So I'm gonna do first the bird from the side, the one that's sitting, this one. Okay, so for that one, we're gonna create a straight line and make a round piece over top. It almost looks like half of an orange. Okay, after that, we're going to add a beak onto it. So on the rounded part, I'm gonna add a triangle for a beak. And then I'm gonna add a wing. So on the side, make a round C, and then come down to a triangle point. Next, if you're making a cardinal, you're gonna wanna add this mask. So go ahead and make the eye, and then I'm gonna draw the mask that goes around the cardinal's face. If you're not making a cardinal, you don't have to add that part unless you want to. And then last but not least, we have to do the tail. So I'm gonna make a wide triangle for a tail. So there's one bird. Next, I'm gonna do a little bird flying toward us. So on this one, I'm going to do a round shape that comes to a triangle point at the top. So you want it to be a triangle, but instead of making it flat on the bottom, make it round like a circle. And then this one, we're gonna do wings flying out on each side. And then I'm gonna put a bird eye on each side of the head. Next, I'm gonna draw a straight line between the 2 eyes. And then I'm gonna come down and make a big U connecting the 2 eyes underneath. And then inside this space, I'm gonna make the beak. So for the beak, I'm gonna go across, come into a point, and then make a beak at the bottom. All right, there's our flying bird. Okay, last but not least is the sitting bird. So we're gonna do the same shape again, round at the bottom. This one I made bigger. And then come to a triangle point at the top, like a big raindrop. All right, we're gonna do an eye on each side of the head for this one. Again, come across and make a straight line between the eyes. Connect those lines with the U. And then the beak. So I'm gonna come up and make a triangle, and then make a triangle on the bottom. All right, for this bird, I'm gonna create wings on both sides by drawing rounded sides on both ends. This one I'm gonna add little legs, so put a straight line. I'm gonna add a little dot for a knee, how Charlie Harper does. And then come up and make a wide triangle again, a long triangle for the tail. All right, last step is I'm just gonna add some lines to these to show the texture. So on this one, I'm gonna add some straight lines. Straight lines on the tail. Okay, after you're done drawing your birds, you can go ahead and color those in with whatever colors you want. I'm going to do mine red cardinals again, so you guys know how cardinals look living around here. I'm gonna go ahead and color in the beaks yellow. You can mix in a little bit of orange if you want. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use my Sharpie to color in the black mask. And then the rest of our cardinals we can color in red. Okay, once you have your birds cut out, we can go ahead and grab our texture paper and cut out our trees. And then we can go ahead and start gluing this all together. So for our trees, you can use it going long ways how it is, and I'll kind of draw out the shape. We can do some just straight lines going off the page. And then you can do some smaller ones that'll go in the background. If you want, you can add branches onto them. Have them going off the page. We can do another really long one. Or maybe I'll do another small one. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cut out these trees, and then I'm gonna get my background paper and start gluing these all down. I can also, if you wanna get another paper, you can make a horizon line. So if you wanna just cut out like a snowy hill that can go at the bottom of the paper, you can go ahead and grab that too. All right, I'm gonna speed ahead and cut these out and then show you back whenever we're assembling it all together. Okay, I have all my trees cut out and birds, so I'm ready to go ahead and start gluing this all together. You can get your big background sheet and your glue. I'm using liquid Elmer's glue, but a glue stick will work fine. I'm gonna go ahead and glue my horizon line of snow down first at the bottom. And next I'm gonna glue all my trees on. Okay, I have all my trees down. I'm gonna go ahead and glue my birds down. And once you have all your birds on, the last step is gonna be to put your snow down. So you can grab a Q-tip, or I'm gonna use the end of my paintbrush. So I'm gonna dip it in white paint, and if you don't have white paint, you can just use an oil pastel or a white crayon for this part. And I'm just gonna put white dots all over for falling snow. Okay, nice job, artist. I love these winter bird collages. So go ahead and send us a picture if you want to show us what you made. Otherwise, I will see you back here next week for another art project. Have a good week, artists. Bye.